You swore.
Fellas, I think HBO just made zombie media reach an all-new peak with this brand new trailer, because look at this scene right here. Oh my god, that is so cool. So HBO just dropped our third trailer for The Last of Us Season 2, and I feel like this is a perfect time to talk about The Last of Us Season 2 because I never did that. So to catch you up to speed on my love for the franchise, it is my favorite game of all time. I think it is an absolute masterpiece. I'm so on Season 1. I think they kind of fumbled the bag towards the later half of the season, but for the first couple of episodes, absolute cinema. And when it comes to part 2, while I don't think it comes anywhere near as good as the first game, I don't think it is the worst game of all time, like a lot of gamers did when the game launched. I had a lot of fun, me and my buddies playing at launch night. It was sick. I even got the collector's edition. There it is right there. I have an unboxing on an old channel, so go check that out. Anyways, this trailer was insane. I'm not going to do a play-by-play of the trailer. I'm just going to talk about moments I liked, because if you want to see the trailer, you can just go watch the trailer if you want to know what happened. But we gotta talk about Tommy taking on the bloater with a fire I was about to say fire extinguisher, with a flamethrower? What? That is so cool. Which, if you're not a fan of the games or you just didn't know, that is completely new to the series, and there's actually a lot of TV original content in here. Minor spoilers ahead for the game, but nothing major. In the opening of the game, we do know that there is that huge clicker / infected attack that only really got to the small area with Joel, Tommy, and Ellie, nowhere near the town of Jackson. But it looks like in Season 2, this huge horde of infected actually does make its way to Jackson, which makes me think some moments that fans of the games are expecting are going to be switched up in a major way, where maybe they don't even leave Jackson. There's a huge thing in the games on why they're not in I don't want to give away a bunch of spoilers. It has been a while since I played part 2, but I think that's such a cool change. It adds so much more drama, possibly more deaths, more action. That was one thing I really didn't like about Season 1, is they majorly, and I mean majorly, toned down the action and the video game elements. Like, this is based off a video game. Where's the action? Why aren't we seeing Joel throw bricks and stuff to distract the clickers? Like, take inspiration from the game. Do that stuff. Us as fans want to see that, and they didn't really give us a lot of that. In fact, they barely gave us any infected for a zombie show. I mean, I know it's not just all about the zombies, but yada yada. I wanted more zombies in my zombie show, and it looks like we're getting a lot of zombies, and as a player of the game part 2, I know that this season should hopefully be just a shit ton of action, like an action-packed season full of infected, scary new infected, and a bunch of crazy enemies, and we see a lot of that throughout the trailer. It does look like they're going to give me my fill of the action I want. I can only hope that they do take more inspiration from the games, though, because, like, why not? Why be ashamed of that part? Why hide that part of The Last of Us? And plus, I think it would look cool if we have them more ducking and hiding, sneaking around. We saw a little bit of that in the trailer where it looked like Ellie was sneaking around, and we do see quite a few shots from the game just recreated on the screen, which had me doing the Leonardo da Vinci pointing at the screen meme. For better or for worse, just like with Season 1, I feel like I can happily, confidently say that this is going to have major differences from the game to the TV show. They do seem to be adapting pretty far into the game as well, which has me wondering, where are they going to leave off in this adaptation, and how are they going to adapt the two narrative POVs? Again, slight spoilers. If you don't want to know anything about Season 2, I recommend clicking off the video now. Thanks for watching. But if you don't mind a little bit more slight spoilers, then let's go ahead. As we know in the game, we have the first half we play as Ellie, and then the second half we're playing as Abby. And it's just the same days over and over again, but it seems like we're kind of digging into some of Abby's stuff. So throughout the second season, are we going to be switching POVs back and forth? I'm honestly a little worried about the pacing and the fact that they're definitely going to add TV exclusive storylines and new stuff. I don't know how they're going to make it fit into one. I know they're breaking it up into 2 seasons, but I'm thinking there's really only good one end point for the season, and that's at the theater incident, I'll say no more other than the theater incident, but I feel like that's just too much content to adapt in 8 episodes, and it would just be too jarring going from Ellie to Abby, either half of each episode or just episode to episode, 1 episode Ellie and 1 episode Abby. I don't think that works either way. The way I originally envisioned it was maybe 1 season is Ellie, 1 season is Abby, but then I feel like that's stretching things out a little too long, and who really wants to watch an entire season just Abby? Not me. I've got to give HBO props for a 2-minute trailer. It is absolutely filled to the brim with so much content, from the flashbacks between Ellie and Joel to, like I said, stuff maybe later on with Abby's storyline with the Seraphites. Although, because I know someone is going to say it in the comments, this could be Ellie's encounter with the Seraphites. It is being reshot in TV, not everything will be 1-to-1. It looks more like Abby's, but I could completely be wrong there. For my final thoughts on this trailer and on season 2, I'm excited. This looks like, honestly, an improvement over the games, if I'm being honest. Hot take, but I think the opening of the show was way better than the opening of the games, but it's also 2 completely different mediums. They're more so close to equal, but maybe it was just that I'd experienced the game so much that seeing something new was fresh and felt really good and was more entertaining for me. So I'm excited to see how they remix all the events in part 2, and I have a feeling that if they figure out how to balance the POV change, this will be better than part 2. I have more confidence in this being better than part 2 than it being worse than the game. And I might be wrong. I might eat my words in the next couple months, but I think I'm confident, actually. I'm super confident that this will top the part 2 game and fix a lot of the issues that people had. And I think it's just going to be, all in all, a super entertaining season. But that is it. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Please let me know your thoughts on the trailer. Are you excited, and what did you think of The Last of Us Part 2? Were you a hater, or did you enjoy the game? I'd love to hear it all down below. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching. Check out all my socials and everything in the link in the description. I will maybe be covering part 2, season 2 when it does drop on HBO. Depending on how this video does, if anyone's interested in it, be sure to check some of my other content. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. I will see you in the next video. Peace out. I also do want to mention at the end here that, fun fact, The Last of Us is the only game I've ever platinumed, and I did get the game signed by Troy Baker himself at, I believe it was Toronto Fan Expo, and I literally couldn't say any words other than greatest game of all time. That's pretty much all I spat out at him. And my cat has not stopped meowing this entire time. Please, quiet down. This is my cat, by the way. Okay, I'm really just filling so we can get to the 8 minutes. You've already left now. Bye-bye.